this rash. Can you hear me? This is Dr. Andrew Michaels. Can you hear me? We made a mistake. We opened up the safe. And we let something out. I'm in the middle of a treatment right now. I'm in a chamber. I'm doing the best I can to stay conscious. Pain is incredible, though. I'm sorry. We let it out of the safe. And it wasn't whatever it was. Friendly. The men with me managed to kill it. But it spread a disease. Everything it touched, it's some form of leprosy. I'm going to have to go to the only existing leper colony on the planet for help. I've got to get a blood drawn from the serum. A serum drawn from the blood. I'm still not well. I've got to get a serum drawn from the blood of a real leper. So I'm going to have to go to a leper colony. I hope I survive the journey. I'm very ill, as you can see. My name is Dr. Andrew Michaels, and I'm here to help you. I know it doesn't appear that way, that I'm the one that needs help. But in actual reality, I'm here to help you. I've got to stay alert, and I've got to help you. I've got to put my own needs and desires, my own health, out of the way, my own well-being. My lungs feel like they're filling up. I need another injection. I'll pass my notes on if I don't survive. But I've got to leave soon, go to the leper colony. I've got to prepare the serum right on the island with minimal equipment. It has to be done. There's only one person that can help me. Don't worry, I'm okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to sniff in your face. Sniffle. Sniffling is so childish. I don't want to be like that. My nose is running. He had a demonic face. Glowed in the dark, the deep recesses of that safe. And when he came forward, he attacked me, and he struck me. You can see the damage. My face is starting to swell. I'm trying to avoid it. it's like to encounter something so dead for so long. What was it? I don't even know what it was. It wasn't human. Why was it in that safe? This half-life thing. What was it? And how could it be alive with no food, no water, no oxygen? I think the pilot hole we drilled into the safe provided it with oxygen enough to come awake. Maybe it was slumbering that whole time. I don't know. It's survival inside that safe. It's going to have to remain a mystery for now, because I don't have time to sort it. But I'm in a situation where I just have to stay conscious. I can't go to sleep. That's why I'm talking to you two out there. I'm going to stay awake. I'm going to help you. Because that's what I do. That's the curse. Did I ever tell you about the curse? My curse. No. Okay. I'm going to tell all of you about my curse. The curse of Dr. Andrew Michaels. I was in a situation. I was alone. And I had nobody to help me. I was a young married man with a baby. And I was in trouble. And I would have died. It's a life or death situation. And I asked for help. I have to tell you the truth, and you have to believe me. I asked for help. It was during the war, and I was up against a really unsavory German opponent, and he had me trapped, and I could not evade him or escape, and he was just doing his job, so I don't bear him any ill will, but we had a barrier, a language barrier, a cultural barrier that prevented me from explaining that I could not die then. Even then I knew I could not die. And I tried to reach him, but I couldn't. And, well, I asked for help. Divine intervention, if you will. And I prayed. I prayed a simple prayer. And I said, oh Lord, if you get me out of here, if you lead me out of Egypt, I will never complain again. I'll do your work. What's one man's life? In the scheme of the universe, one single man. Is he that important? What I didn't tell you was I didn't deserve. I didn't deserve divine intervention because I did something wrong in Egypt. We confronted some ancient temple guards that were guarding a device batteries of the Tesla device. And I killed those guards. We massacred them. I participated in a murder of men, ancient men that were just doing their job, just like the German that had me was doing his job. I murdered those men with my associates, and we stole the device for the war effort. And it was a crime. It was a crime. We could have walked away, but we stole that device. We killed those men bound to the device, living a timeless stasis life. We killed them so that we could take that back and keep Franklin Delano Roosevelt alive in stasis. As long as he was near it, he didn't die so he could stay alive for the war effort. It was selfish looking back because he became foolhardy and left the auspices of the device and traveled down south, and when he did, he died of a hemorrhage in his brain. And we didn't fail in the war. We went on to win with Harry S. Truman as president. So all those men in Egypt died for nothing. The wheels of democracy in a representative republic spun around and round and finished the war effort, regardless if FDR was still in charge of it. So all those men died for nothing, and we stole something of great power from Egypt for nothing. And I was ashamed. And I was in Western Europe and Germany at the hands of a German SS man, a colonel, a lieutenant colonel in the German army, and he was going to kill me, and I asked for divine intervention. I asked if you save me this one time, take me out of Egypt. Metaphorically speaking, out of Egypt, I'll never complain again. And he lowered his weapon to kill me, and his gun jammed. It jammed. Leapt forward. We fought for the weapon, and it came out in my hand, and I pointed the gun at him. He proudly, defiantly stuck his chin out. There was no fear in this man. There was no fear, and our eyes locked, and I lowered the weapon to his forehead. And that's when I heard the words, no. No. I heard the words, no. No, this will not pass. No. This will not pass. And I pulled that trigger against the will of my maker, and the gun fired. Into the air. I had raised it at the last moment, and the shame and the shock, and our eyes still locked, I realized that the German, He heard the same things I heard. His ears heard what I heard. And he witnessed what I had done. And he looked at me and said, God in Himmel, God in Himmel. And tears were running down his face. All the war, all the pain, all the suffering, all the death and the murder and destruction visible in his eyes and his face. And I was ashamed of what I did. I would have killed him, and my own life was spared. And I looked around myself, and I thought about what I did in Egypt. I looked at this man as he looked at me, and I dropped the gun. I dropped it. A murderer, a thief that I was. All in the name of God and country, in his name, all the evil I had done. For nothing. When my prayer was answered, instead of having mercy and pity in my heart, I had murder in my mind and in my soul. Every intention of killing that man. Give him my bare hands if necessary. And I don't expect any of you to hear this to forgive me. But I need to get it off my chest in case I pass. Someone has to know. But I have a really bad feeling that I'm not going anywhere. Not because I'm a righteous man, but because I'm a cursed man. My curse is that I am going to have to use my life to help others to seek my own redemption for my soul. And I welcome this situation with all my heart and all my passion, because if I don't, I'm damned. And if I am damned, my family's damned too, and all that come after me. To walk the earth like Cain of old, marked for the evil that I have done. I have done and sinned before the Lord. Yes, this is my burden. This is my curse. So I'm not doing it to save my own soul. As much as I am my daughter, my wife, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. They must not suffer for my sin. For my sins were heavy. The toll of death I caused heavy. And these weren't deaths in battle and war. These were deaths outside of war crimes. The crimes of petulant children that defy the word of God and carry out murder and thievery in his name, thinking that God is on my side. On my side. I've got to go to Egypt. My vision's so blurry. The medication. The medication works, but the pain is incredible. is coming for me. And I can't go. And I can't give him back what I stole because it was stolen from the United States government. And I don't know what was in that safe, but it's part of the plague that we released. Another stolen safe. Another war crime. A crime against God. A crime against God. And I didn't know. So I'll live. I'll live. They'll bring me through this. Oh, you're probably going to die. But I'm going to live through this. And I'll heal. And I'll go to that leper colony. And I'll create that serum. And I'll bring back the antidote. And I'll save all of you. All of you that are still here. I can hear the words in my voice. And you'll be healthy again. And the pain is real. Always remember that. The pain is real and it never goes away. All of your sins are water. Water. Water behind a dam. A dam of your own making. And when the levee breaks, it's your time to go. That's when it's your time to go. When you can't sin anymore. You can't sin forever. There's a time and a place when it kills you. And you must realize something that I learned a long time ago. It's not old age. It's not cancer. It's not disease that kills us. It's hate. It's hate that kills us in the end. It's our hatred that we bury deep inside ourselves. Poisons us. Ruptures us. Bleeds us out. Ages us. And eventually kills us. We were meant for better things. But our sin allows us to be full of hate, avarice, greed, all the sins of our fathers handed down, one after the other. And this is our lot. This is our price we pay for our folly. To deny, to disregard, and refuse the word. Even when he speaks to me. Even when he spoke out loud to me. Even when my own enemy looked up upon my face and heard the same words as I did, in his own tongue as I heard in mine, I still defied him, and I have to pay that back, just like I'm paying back today with this disease that's inside my body, inside yours, inside all of us. And I don't mind calling you two men in the other chambers, because we've got to stay awake. If we go to sleep, we won't survive the night. So, Now you've heard my sin. Just one. Just one in a long list. That's my sin. What's yours? Come on, let's hear it. And don't fall asleep. Not this time. Do not fall asleep until you've got it out of your system. All that hate has to go, or you're going to die right along with me. And nothing can save you except yourself. Remember that. This isn't magic. This isn't parlor tricks. It's the lot of man's life. Save yourself. Save yourself. Don't fall asleep.